So, as you can tell, I'm still sick. This is extremely rare for me. I'm not usually sick 3 days in a row. In fact, the last time I can remember is when I had my suspected corona infection, which was, like I said, a little over 2.5 years ago. Now, I've got similar symptoms, but they're flu symptoms. So I probably just have a bad flu. So, as difficult as it is for me to focus and function, I still feel like I can make a video. So, let's see how this goes. And the topic's going to be not freaking out. Which is a challenge. Oof. Oh, there's that sinus headache. The challenge comes with not freaking out from realizing that worst case scenario thinking is something people do all the time. It doesn't matter whether you're on a plane or sick or going to court or any number of other possibilities or situations rather. Pull that down just a touch. That's not bad. I'm not sure if the angle makes any difference for how good I look today. But and I'm hoping you can hear me, because I'm not sure I can hear myself. But don't freak out and indulge too much in worst case scenario thinking. Yes, it's good to mentally prepare yourself for a bad outcome. One of the most common expressions I picked up from counseling inmates, ex-prisoners rather, was hope for the best, but expect the worst. It's good for your mental health to hope for a good outcome, obviously. If you only expect the worst, then you end up completely black-pilled and nihilistic. Life ceases to have any purpose other than to provide you with further misery. I personally don't believe that life is an exercise in constant misery, which is difficult to say at this point after 3 days of not being able to sleep and having a head that feels like it's got 50 pounds of phlegm stuffed in it when it's only a 15-pound container. But, oh. And of course now I have cold sweats. Yeah, that's nice. Actually, it is kind of nice. It's a break from the fever. Yeah, this is an unusual bit of illness for me. Normally, if I get a flu or a cold, I'm sick maybe 1 or 2 days, sometimes half a day to a day, and I'm fine. Something lingers like this, it's a bit of an event. And it's really easy when you're feeling really poorly to get into the headspace that, oh, this is something absolutely atrociously serious. I should be scared. I should be... No. No. Don't be afraid of anything until you have reason to be afraid of something. Any other path is madness. If you allow yourself to be constantly on edge, then you're going to be sicker and sicker and sicker. Physically. The stress hormones that your body will release when you're constantly on edge will do an absolute number on you. I actually tasted that time. That's good. Maybe I'm getting better. See, that's the sort of positive self-talk you should you should use. Um, oh man. Yeah, yeah. I think the worst thing for me is the not being able to get sleep. Not really restful sleep, anyway. Uh, and yeah, really hard to focus. But yeah, try to keep a positive mindset, or at least a neutral one. Don't allow yourself to descend too far into a negative mindset, because that generally leads to spiral behavior. For instance, with addicts, being constantly black-pilled, constantly feeling like there's no purpose or no light at the end of the tunnel, constantly feeling like that will leave you more prone to, especially in the case of addicts, more prone to relapse if you're trying to recover. Uh, it will make it very difficult to form relationships with people around you. I mean, if you're constantly the Debbie Downer type, no one really wants to be around someone like that all the time. Whereas happy people tend to draw other happy people. And I think there's probably a feedback that builds from that and causes a greater happiness. Which I know sounds a little bit new agey, but some of these ideas are ancient for a reason. And, you know, not all cliches are necessarily incorrect. So, uh, coming up on 7.5 minutes, I think I'm good for the day. Uh, yeah, you know, even when I'm sick like this, I still find things that amuse me about the situation. For example, right now, about here, I'm on fire. Very warm, very uncomfortable, and yet my forehead is clammy and cold. Mammals. We're fucking weird creatures. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you're all feeling far better than I am. I know one of my Discord contacts, acquaintances, he's feeling as poorly as I am. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Or hope you do better, I should say. And I definitely hope the same thing for myself. When I get sick like this, the one thing I want is to feel better. That's it. I don't care whatever else comes. I just want to feel better. And this is kind of exhausting just doing this video, which in its own twisted way is kind of enjoyable. I find humor in everything. Well, not everything, but we don't need to talk about black-pilling subjects right now. In any case, I'm just about to strike 9 minutes. I'm going to end it here. I'll try again tomorrow. Hopefully I'll feel better. You know, as you can see from the slight chaos behind me, I still haven't done a tap in this shed. And I have... Excuse me. I have a yard sale for Saturday that I have to prepare for, or at least I hope the weather holds. I can't see myself still being sick after tomorrow. Possibly not even after today. If I am, then it's probably going to be a trip to the hospital to find out what the fuck is going on. But again, that's not freaking out. It's setting a timeline based on knowing myself, knowing my body, my history, my immune reactions, things like that. And I'm relatively sure that if they test me for coronavirus, they're going to find it because I have a flu, which is a coronavirus. Yeah, yeah. That's not to say the Rona is a flu. YouTube. Scientific uh, classification is still what it is. Anyway, assuming I don't get a strike for that, love you all. Take it easy. I will talk to you later. Bye bye.